JJ's Productions. Let's start this thing.
Hello, hello, hello. All right. Have I done something wrong though? I don't know. All right, go here. That's better. That looks about right. Okay, so Flick Climb, GAC. Let's get into it. So this should be straightforward. Apologies, Neoda. Don't like hitting Neoda, but kind of in a horry spot at this point. I don't know how about hair got much on them. Alright. So, we won the last GAC round. We're 2-0 for the week. To be honest, my opponent didn't do too much, as I recall. I think they might have hit one wall a little and then realised they dropped and couldn't really work out what to do by the looks of it. So I'm going to take it. It means my defense has held well so far. The downside, my opponent today has already attacked. They've scored 1770. So pros, we know what we need to beat. Cons, we've got to make sure that we don't drop badly. So, all right. Hope we can get the horn out quick enough. Could do with planning time. Hey, Upty. Going alright here. Like I say, we've just our opponents just attacked, or they've attacked since round started. They've got 1770, so we've got a 2-0 so far. I'm hoping we can go 3. Just got to be smart about today. Something tells me this is a beatable score, but something also tells me we might face Stranger. So just need to prepare. This is what we're going to do. I'll show you the wall that we just got through. Oh, sorry, the opponent we just got through. As I said, they didn't really do much. They cleared one team. That was Ray. They dropped on Leia. And my thought process is that when they dropped on Leia, they were like, okay, let's just do something else. Let's see if we can get through something else and then maybe try a bit more. But what happened? They couldn't beat my Stranger with Luminara. So I think once they got to that point, they were like, right, it's not worth it. I mean, I respect it. It's a bit of a shame in terms of, like, pushing through, if you like, but I respect why they would do that. Also, I haven't actually seen this tested yet, but I'm hoping that my Balin squad is doing a little bit better. Just a little bit, you know. You put Rallics in, you kind of want to see reward, don't you? I'm doing the same with Inquisitors at the moment for TB, and I'm hoping that they, again, might just one day show their worth other than just TB. Higher levels of cope, but just, I'm gonna say, just indulge me, that's the word I'm after. Alright, so full clear. Actually, I haven't shown you what Cuba's all about, so let's just show you that before we go through them. I've got bounce between fleet battles as well, so got to keep that in mind. So, smaller guild, Saviors of Ren. I've got more GP, 14.5 to 14.3. Data's marginally ahead by 4. We've got quite a lead on GAC armies, 75 to 56. Mod scores were ahead on everything except for the 10 to 14 bracket, which I'm not really too fussed about. Relics, they've got one Relic 10, but I seem to be leading in all the other ones after that. They've got more Relic 8s, more Relic 6s, but I've got more 9s, 7s, 5s and below. More Datacrons on their side, 73 total rerolls to 97 for them. What is their Relic 10? Is it like Cheesy Oak North or something? Darth Revan. Okay, Darth Revan makes sense. That won't really impact things in terms of Delta, so I'm fine with that. Alright, so we'll load this up for a moment. Sam, how are you going? We've got our opponent for today. 1770's been scored. They've full cleared. Well, let's just see what they dropped on, because I'm assuming there's a drop in this lot. It was not my North Wall. We got Leia, Ahsoka, Rey, and Lord Vader down. Tempting to change that Sorticron. I've heard bad things about it, and I'm like, do we try and put something in there that's a little bit different? Yeah, I'm hoping for 1 or 2. And no surprise, if Stranger's one of them. I haven't looked at their board properly, but I'm assuming one of their defenses will be Stranger. Sadly, no drops from Balin, from Raver, or for Jules and Darth Vader. What's this back wall then? Ooh, Cassian got a hold. That's nice. Okay. Honestly, I wasn't expecting anything there, so that's a big plus in my eyes. ISB, wasn't really expecting much there. I put it down more just for, let's see what it does, but yeah. And Mace, even with the Dappercron, I'm not expecting much there. And what about the top wall? Yeah. I thought I'd check, because, again, could have been 2 to 3 drops, so I didn't know if maybe Fleet had had a surprise drop, but, again, it would have been a surprise. So, let me just back out a second. I want to just keep an eye on the fleet timer. What is it? 4 minutes. Okay, we got time. Trevor Boy with a raid. Go and say, I really need to get my alert sorted. Thank you very much for the Trevor boy. Okay. Let's see what we're dealing with then. So, they've got a Jules End Darth Vader. That's another one who's not gone for the traditional lineup, if you like, and someone who put Piet in. I'm like, okay. I wouldn't say it's detrimental, but it's a bit odd. Oh, it's not like it helps with JMK, I wouldn't have thought. We got Maz. Pretty strong Maz team, fair enough. JML should still cope fine, but yeah, just a bit surprising seeing that down. Oh, hang on. Oh, sorry. Sorry, a little bit of gossip on my text. All right. Am I right, gossip? All right. So we got the Charukron. That could be annoying, but I'm sure we could get through it. New batch. I do like the new batch team. Nothing too crazy there though. Yeah, I was going to say I was expecting more with that score, so I will take it because it means that I could probably afford a drop. I don't want to be dropping if I can afford it, but it gives you that little bit of wiggle room. You got your final Cobra crate? I have, yes. I've said this before, right? My biggest bugbear with Conquest right now is the simple fact that I don't always know for sure if I've got all my shards, like from the scavenger, and I'm like, I have to sort of just OCD check to make sure I have. I'm going to have to do it in a sec just to make sure, because the last thing I want is to be going into, like, unlocking him and I haven't actually got him. I wish they come up with something better than the scavenger nodes. Alright, hang on, so they haven't gone for Lumi. Oh, okay. Maybe we've got a shot? I don't know. This is the weird thing with the Satele team, because I know that... Let me get this right. I know that the Satele Cron's broken, so don't use it. I haven't got it here right now, but I have got 1 cent. But besides that, I know that with the speed that Starkiller gives the team, you're likely to still go second, so there's a bit of RNG about doing it anyway. Alright, just keep that all in mind. Yeah, Satele Cron's broken. If you check Scribe's channel, he did a video on it a couple of days ago, and maybe Arnold as well? Not 100% sure on that. Essentially, the benefits she gets from taunting aren't triggering in a normal kit because the Datacron's doing weird things. What have we got in terms of speed here? 325. Alright, I could probably run around that myself, let alone the Great Mothers. Inquisitors... That's a little bit interesting. Okay. First time I've seen a full-on Grand Inquisitor Cron for a bit. Seer should be alright. And then Ray. Repose could be awkward with Fulcrum in terms of... Obviously she could hit under someone, so we've got to keep that in mind, but... I think I'd rather that than something that potentially could be there. Yeah, it would be nice if that was the case. Alright, we've got 52 seconds, so I'm just going to do my quick check. What, is Carp up here? He is, 240, so we're getting 90 shards. Yeah, we're good. Genuinely, it feels like OCD because I don't trust myself. Alright, we need 10. Do I get anything from Conquest with these? I don't remember. No. We get arrows, but we don't get the other ones. Lovely. Oh, I've just realised I haven't spent my energy in Conquest. Not the biggest thing, but I am glad I remembered. Alright, so I do 1, don't I? But I do it for 3. And then I do 2 full sims. I think I've done that right, haven't I? Yeah, 3 are full. Okay, Brock Show and Kawakian. Let's just go for Kowakian. Go for the higher rank. You know, it's a bit odd for me, but I don't feel like Jabba's been a big defense team for a while, so that aspect doesn't worry me, but I mean, you could probably see my favorites a minute ago. I've got, like, these weird Year 12 units still there, like Ewok Elder and Off-Rebel Soldier. And I am probably going to finish them before I do Cobb. I mean, unless I see something in, like, the testing people do. Unless I see something that's like, alright, you've really got to work on Cobb and his crew. I'm just kind of tempted to take him easy, because at worst he's going to need 1 Omicron, probably. I mean, if my guild say I've got to do 2 for, you know, because he's busted and TW, I'll do that as well, but, you know, I'll give CG their due. This probably feels like the chillest Conquest unit in a while, and I would still love a ship. I'd love to have said, right, we're going to release a ship in Conquest, and, you know, give you time to not gear things, but honestly, I'm at the point where I don't really need to gear things, so I'm being very selfish wanting that. Yeah, I'm definitely that way focused. I mean, I was hoping I could get the Conquest Plus pass this coming month, just to make it that these back-end requirements would be further on, if you like. But I'm probably just going to stick with the normal one. It's a hard expenditure, 40 quid on pass. I mean, it isn't just that, but I also play Marvel Snap, and that's £20 a month, and yeah, video games are, well, say video games, mobile games are expensive if you don't stay free to play. Alright, full auto. I'm just going to pop this on the screen because I feel like I don't brag about things like this enough. I did mention it in a video I did recently, but here's my Marvel Snap channel. Currently on 53 subs, which, again, I'm happy with that, just in terms of, like, we're all still a very small channel. If you compare that to my Let's Play channel, which I have had for some time at this point, assuming I can find it on this list. Just checking out, I haven't scrolled past it, which I think I have. Seriously? I am subbed on here, aren't I? That'll be the one perk of having a second channel. Here we go. Yeah, I'm subbed. Yeah, over here I've only got 44. So it's one of these things where I'm like, you know what? It's only a little bit ahead. But considering I've only had the Snap channel for, what, 2.5 months, maybe 3? This I've had for about 3 years. I'd say I'm doing good things on the new channel. Still a long way to catch up to the main one, but hey. Yeah, honestly, I think with Swoggo, it's got to that point where actually having a side game isn't a bad thing. I know that Swoggo devs would probably want you to be like, yeah, I want you to spend all your time here, all your time here, all your money here. But from the player perspective, I think it's actually kind of healthy if there's enough time that you can dip away. I mean, when I was saying the other week, I think it was Sop about the idea of TB sims, it's where I did get what he was going on about, the fact that you could argue that we want more things to do, but also we don't want to be having more time sink. I do get that contradiction. And when I'm talking about, oh yeah, I've got time to play 2 accounts on Marvel Snap, I get what it's like, you know, in the sense of I'm obviously sinking time there, you know, so why can't I sink it here? But I think for myself personally, it's like, you want quality sync, don't you? You don't want to be wasting your time. Where Conquest can be irritating because it just feels like you're wasting your time just doing battle after battle. But yeah, hopefully they work that out sometime in terms of getting that balance between time sync and quality time. There is that as well. I think at times Snap is more fun, at least for me. And again, Sam's just bought Warframe. It's not a game I play, but maybe for Sam that's the same thing. You know, you have more fun in those moments. But it's like yesterday, I recorded a video for my Friday video, my free-to-play video, and I'm trying to remember the exact circumstances that happened in the recording, but I know I was on for an 8 cuber, and we got the win just out of pure jammy luck. And it was one of those moments that you just think, that is just brilliant in terms of, it's brilliant for the video. I'm selfish from that point of view, but also just from the gameplay point, where it's like, you actually feel like you're having this really tense moment, and it's like joy when you get it to happen. What happened? I'm trying to wrap my brain about that game I've just mentioned, just while Snappy's typing, for the fact that it might have been Ramatut that was involved for me. It might have been. I can't remember if it was that one or an earlier game. Here's my trouble on Sundays at the moment. I'm trying to do 2 to 3 videos worth of recording, and it works well for me because my mum usually has a chill day on Sunday, so I've got time to myself. But it also means that I can kind of blur a line between what I've done, if you like. I've got 2 videos in Snap, and I've got 1 in Lego Indiana Jones, which I'm still doing. So, like, trying to remember everything that happened, it's like, Will gave your opponent your Kang, which turned into Galactus on Rickety Bridge, and he just happened to have Wolverine. Oh, man. That must be a gut punch. I mean, I actually had a game, I think it was today or yesterday, where I knew my opponent was going to Galactus, and I was trying to sort of gain the lane to work out which one. And it was one of those, like, ramp builds where you wave and then just choose a lane. And it was so irritating because it was a 50-50. I'd only got enough in my deck, essentially, to choose one lane and try and hope it was that one. And yeah, I got it wrong and snowballed me, but man, it was... Oh, hang on, there was more to it. Last turn you drew Reality Stone, you played Thanos alongside with it, and still lost because M'Baku jumps into tie. Oh man, I'll tell you what, right though. If someone wins a game via M'Baku coming from the deck, they deserve that win, because M'Baku's text should read starts in your opening hand. So for that card to stay in the deck and actually win the game, they deserve it. Yeah, that's like a Regis highlight, where he would put that first game up. I didn't mean to loiter here, by the way, on Philippe, but I figured I might as well get this battle done and then we can get into GA in earnest. Yeah, Cerebros are doing well at the moment. I think if anyone got Cerebro in an early collection level, which I'll be on side myself, D3 is probably a solid deck to try and work on. I started this one, Ada, with a Galantis song called Peanut Butter Jelly. And I don't know how it got in my head, but it has been in my head ever since I heard it the other day, and I'm just trying to exercise it as you do any earworm. Don't get me wrong, I like the song. I haven't just played it for, make other people suffer or something. But yeah, when you get an earworm, even if it's a good song, you're like, I need to just... Otherwise it drives you up the wall a bit. Posture check and hydrate. Well, I can definitely do 2 of them. And a stretch as well. Well, let's start on the hydrate. I'd like to think you can see my posture. I'll be honest, Sam, I wanted to have a word with you in regards to TW. I wasn't lurking as such, but I did see a few things in... let me rephrase that. I didn't see things, but I saw you talking, like the Hermit's TW channel the other day, and I was like, I feel like we could do the chat in terms of like things that work and don't, in the sense of, like how you were saying you didn't know about the Teal Cron. I was wondering if maybe just a little bit of back and forth might be handy there. Best you can do is monster. I'll be honest, if I got a monster, I'd be drinking it. This isn't water, this is iced coffee, because I need caffeine and I need to stay cool. I probably could have had a lemonade drink, to be fair. I think for me with Monster, it's just the fact that it has got a nice taste. That's the thing for me. No worries, I'll reach out to him. Honestly, it was just one of them things where I thought, you know, anything that I've picked up since I've not been in Hermits, I don't feel like any of it's like game breaking, you know, in terms of like if I pass something on I've seen elsewhere, I don't think it's going to like suddenly get you up competing with where I am kind of thing. But if it just means that maybe a counter you weren't thinking about or something might help you win a round, I'd rather you know than not know. Yeah, I just realized I'm on the wrong one here. The only one I don't particularly like is the Lewis Hamilton one. I find that very bland. You've got a new R9, you don't know how you feel about it? Which R9 is that, Ada? I feel like that's where TWs will be at your level now in terms of there's probably going to be that many full GL walls. It's like, if you're placing all yours, it must be mad. I get why you might have a bit of buyer's remorse on it, but honestly, I think with Radis, there's going to be future benefit to it. Like, I've got my R9 Radis, and even though there's moments where you go, I wish I didn't have to do that, I honestly just think to myself, well, I'm glad I've got it. You know, I couldn't do what I do without Profundity, and honestly, I still feel like Profundity is one of the best fleets around. So, you know, say you only had to do R8, I would probably still want the R9 anyway, so that he's got the speed. So, yeah, I can't say I have regrets or anything. Yeah, in layer he's good as well. I'm not pulling on it, let's make that clear, but I am surprised that CG haven't made a point about that. You know, you look at what's been going on with Ezra. I'm a little surprised they didn't do something sneaky there. Let's just put it like that. Okay. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you don't put crystals into it, it's just a thing you can just chip away at. I mean, I think the Profundity event was a little bit awkward, if I remember right. I managed to get it sorted eventually, like in terms of having to play to max each time, but it wasn't the most fun of events. Yeah, I mean, I do wish I got an answer for you on TV. I mean, it's hard to say what the answer really is, because I think, like I say, participation is obviously the big issue, but even if you had a magic solution to that, I feel like I don't know how much TV really impacts the grand scheme, because arguably you need the raid. That's probably been my biggest epiphany, if you like, since leaving the Hermits group. Like, just seeing how big the raid rewards impact your roster. I mean, I think when we were in Revolution of the Force, I was getting maybe 3,000 Mark III. And I'm sure... Let me just have a look. I can't remember the actual numbers because it's been a while now. Here we go, rewards. So max crate is 8,770. And I can't remember what we were on back in Revolution, but it was probably around here, 3,000. It's just crazy how much that bumps up. it's like a feedback loop, isn't it? You put in and then you get loads back. Yeah, I mean, the one thing for yourself there is at least you're getting the personal raid rewards for it. It's not much, but it'll top up, you know. Okay, let's get into the plan. Alright, let's get See a Baby in here. Can we remove crew for someone? I don't want to drop my relics. How cool would it be if CG just brought out a free taunting on the line force user tank that had no other use anywhere else? Basically just saying to crew, right, you can go where you want go. Hey Upborn, I'm doing alright. Just about to start my GAC. How are you doing? I was saying, awkward thing when you stream, if you ever just find something too funny and you can't shut your mouth in time, yeah, it doesn't look pretty. I wonder if we could push Night Sister. Surviving? Surviving's good. It's definitely a good starting point. I always wish for more for people, but it is a starting point. I mean, I'm just looking there and I'm thinking, right, we are there. I've just seen a shed ton of things pop up on my screen. What was that? Hype Train has begun and we've got a bunch of subscriptions. Hello there. I'll tell you what, man, you know how to make an entrance. Wow, 25 gifted subs. Thank you very much, man. Honestly. If I could give you a bigger thanks than I've got, I would. Thank you very much, man. You know, it's funny, man. I was thinking about you earlier, just for the simple fact that I'm being transparent here. I'm not making a point or anything, because what you've just done is very generous, right? Let me just show you this, because I was telling my mum earlier, I'd got my Twitch payout, and it was a little bit funny for me because I had been looking on here. Do I need to just change my screen a second? Yeah. Let me just... It is just worth showing this, I think. Just to show Kit's impact on my channel. Where is it? Here we go. There we go. So essentially, I got my payout this past week. I hadn't had one since January, but what I was finding funny just looking is you can sort of tell when both Kit and Pen both sort of tailed off playing Swagger, because I was getting fairly regular, and it's just funny seeing how it naturally declined, shall we say. You know, you can only just put it like that you're just popping in there. I really do appreciate that, because, like I say, it's just nice little bonus money for me, so appreciate it. Okay. Your opponents... oh, are they? Right. Sorry, I'll admit, I was completely wild off then. Keep a Saber? That's kind of cool, that. Very rare I get a chance to interact with someone in that way, if you like. I'll tell you what, they've already full cleared, so if you want to let them know, or if they are actually in your fleet shard, like in your chat, feel free to let them know I'm going to attack them, because they may be interested to see how I get on. Oh, I'm debating now what to do. I was umming and ahhing about crew, and I'm thinking, maybe we leave him here because as things stand, we haven't got a plan for Slacker. So maybe we don't need something big for Slacker. Like maybe it's doable with First Order Officer or Stormtrooper. I mean, is this doable? I hope it's doable, but... It is where I doubt myself. I'm like, oh, can we do this? I mean, let's say it like this, right? They've dropped on me. So I've got a chance to experiment. So I think this is my experimental attempt, if you like. Without anything fancy on the DC, hopefully we're all right. With that, I feel like we've got Queen. That should be a straightforward attempt. The one I want here is Hera. Ahsoka. You know what? Can I just do that briefly? I know it's a weird one that to pin, but I just want to leave that on there for a bit because, honestly, it's such a nice guy. I just want to give him some, even something little like that. I just want to give him something for it. All right. Great Mothers. We want crit damage, don't we? Oh, hang on. I know we did something weird last time, didn't we? Yeah, that was that. I went for that one because of the crit chance attacking out of turn, which is a bit weird, but I did like the idea of Spirit attacking out of turn and critting. Alright, we'll stick with that. Have I croned all these up? I think I have. Oh, I haven't done this one. We'll go with that. Mol, your GAC for the next 2 weeks looks like it's just can you beat Stranger in one battle? I have had 2 rounds where my opponent basically said I can't beat it, so I'm out. I'm grateful my opponent didn't place it this round. When I saw Stranger, I thought it was going to be there. Yeah, that is the worst thing. If you try Satele versus Lumidatacron, then no. It is cruel in a way. It's like taking your toys away, isn't it? Alright, Inquisitors are on defense for me. I'm assuming. Yeah, they're on defense. So I know ideally I'd like to use JML here. I think I saw Arnold put a video out and he did hit him too, but I think he admitted he misplayed. So I assume there is a chance with no misplays. I'll tell you what, Ada. If you can find a Datacron like... I'm hoping it's on here. Let me see. Love Ada, there we go. This is the Datacron I've put on mine, right? If Darkside allies inflict a debuff on an enemy, they deal damage to that enemy equal to 2% of that enemy's max health. So just think, right? Lord Vader does his AoE ability. He's going to put dots out, i.e. inflicting debuff. So every one of those dots is going to do 2% of the max health damage. It's pretty good. And then the bonus turn, if you fall below 100% health, basically if you hit Lord Vader, he gains a bonus turn. And then I've just got a chunk of defense there. I wish I could refine it a bit more, but I haven't got the materials. But it's a very nice cron. Always respect anyone who's like, DC is not for me, but that one, I think is a bit fun. So essentially, 4 of the 6 you're preloading, or well, 3 of the 6 effectively. That's going to be rough, isn't it? I mean, I know for myself with Midi-chlorians is TB plan. I'm trying to picture it in my head, sorry. I feel like we preload Mandalore for about 3 phases. I think we do. I have been trying to wrap my brain around that because Bourne would know when I was in Commanders of the Grey. We got the same star count, but the route was a little bit different where I feel like we got Zepho done a bit quicker, which meant that we were able to focus a bit more on Mandalore and latterly Vandal. But yeah, I think I'm guessing there's a reason for it. I don't question because I assume people have got the numbers in front of them and crunched them. But yeah, I assume it's just how it has to be. Yeah, I'm going to say if you've got one that you can rework, it's definitely worth trying it because the bonus damage is nice. The tier 3 with that T3 with the T6s, that buffed offense for Dispel Debuffs, which your favourite little bit they've gone for a while. Oh, if you've gone for a different level 6, I didn't really think to do that. I mean, I've been working off this. And granted, these are all essentially what we've... Oh, it was from the previous set. Yeah, that's CP New Vader, that's Bane. Interesting, they didn't list Vader on here. I mean, I did Maul for Vader anyway, so it worked out fine, but interesting. Oh, hang on, I'm on the wrong. Get back here. With preload Mantle 3 phases, get Zepho done after 1 day of preload. It's honestly, it blurs in my mind, so I appreciate the confirmation there, Bull. And I mean, it's one of those where I feel like you kind of have to do a bit of preloading to get the bonus planets done, but I don't know anyone else. I get a bit fed up with seeing them sometimes. I think one of the things that irritates me at the moment is the fact that with Ezra getting reworked, he doesn't slot into that Cal team on Zepho as easily. So I feel like I'm having to rethink that a bit more now. Oh wow, you're doing well there on 48, I'll give you that. Oh yeah, sorry, I was just 48 stars and the raid, I'm guessing you meant. But yeah, 48 stars is brilliant. I mean, I think we got 45 this time here. And yeah, I think there's been a bit of a, how do I phrase it, like a bit of a dip for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, I assume 45 is where the goal is here right now. So fingers crossed we can push on a little bit, you know, because I don't feel like the star jumps are that massive once you get from like that 45 area. But still, you kind of want more for the bragging rights as much as anything, at least I do. Alright, let's just remove Snips from that team, because that is not a good idea. Yeah, let's put Anakin in here, and we can actually use the Anakin DC, can't we? No real benefit to it, but we could use it. And so 29 should be solid. I mean, I can't remember what we were getting in Revolution of the Force, but that seems like a bit of a jump up, to be honest. One thing that I feel like needs to kick in with TB planning as well, again, this is someone who's not done TB planning for a long time, as Sam will testify to, I feel like the era changes have probably impacted that as well. I mean, you think every member of the guild is going to get a dump of GP at the end of an era. It's bizarre in terms of how that has shifted things a little bit, but I know for myself, I wouldn't like to be able to account for that because like take this current era. We've got one team really in New Republic, and we're getting something outside of it in terms of Imperial Snowtrooper. It's not Imperial Snowtrooper, is it? Snowtrooper Commander, that's it. And Rota. So you get one real team out of it for TB, and then maybe if you're a madman, you've got another, for the Snowtrooper thing. And if you really want to be mad, you've got another with a Hook Cartel, but why you do that, I don't know. So it's purely for GP dump at that point, and it's like, I assume people have worked out, right, how much dump do we need to eventually get another star, but yeah, it's a bit of it's not a mess, but it's probably one of those where every 3 months it's like, all right, how close are we, You just based off the GP at the start of the TB. Yeah, I think not adding CMs for DH is wise as well. I mean, minimum there, I would assume, is just deploy your GP and do your platoon operations. Hey, nice. I'd say, honestly, I didn't really put too much on other than defense. I feel like making Lord Vader a bit tough to take down by a defense is very nice. Because I think offensively he gains via mastery with his ultimate, so defense just makes him a bit resilient. I feel like Raver's a solid expectation if we're being real. I mean, unless I'm mistaken, we've had Inquisitor bundles now as well, haven't we? So if there's anyone in a guild who's like, oh, I don't like Inquisitors, oh, I don't want to farm them. If you're a pay-to-play player, you're not averse to spending, that has been an easy way to say, you know what, I'll just get them out of the way and then I'm contributing. Right. I'm wondering, do we go for B2 as I have been doing? Do we go for HK, which is supposedly, with a big capital S, supposedly the best 5th? Or do we go with Vader? Probably Vader's the odd one out now, isn't he? HK would bump the delta up a bit, but it's only 1, so I don't know, we'll stick with B2. If anything, we can't dispel the stealth, but we can hit target lock, so maybe that'll help. Alright, Saw Gerrera. I've got 4 GLs available and only 4 teams to pick, so honestly, I think here I'm going to pencil in, as it seems, Pirate King Hondo. Something tells me I'm not going to need Hondo. I might be wrong, but I think I can just afford to blow that away, so let's pop that on. We'll see. Alright, a lot of planning there, but fingers crossed we're going to be good. Let's go here. Honestly, I completely get that. Datacrons can be hit and miss. I mean, I personally found some enjoyment out of them. There are times that when they irritate me. I mean, it got referenced earlier with Maul that the Luminara Cron at the moment feels a bit like the Darkseid Ray Cron we had last year. It was last year, wasn't it? So, yeah, I completely get that in terms of Datacrons do have the downsides, but I feel like every now and again I get a little kick out of them, you know, just seeing a character do something they've never done before or rarely do. Kinda nice. I haven't heard this song in years. Right, die. Pass that there. Daze. Die. B-E-A, beautiful. Oh, you son of a gun. Fracturing me. Just basic. I'm feeling pretty chill here. Even though I wasn't happy with that fracture on Raven, we're in a very good position. We're just biding our time. Alright, Stranger. Bye-bye. Oh, we've got a very squishy Barris there. How we put her out of her misery? Alright, no more of that, Mul. No more of that. Bye-bye. Alright, you've been a bit resilient. I'll give you dues. That was more resilient than I was expecting. So, let's get you out. Basti's got turn meter, so we pass there, we slam the ground, and we kill you for good. 75, nice and clean. Okay, next up, shall we go Raver? Send in the UFOs. Which Cron am I using? You know, I am going to alter. I'd put in the Barris Cron during my planning, but I figure, let's go with the Dark Raven Cron. As it stands, I don't think we need it. And giving this team 100% armor pen is nasty. Just for the record, Leia does counter Lord Vader, so that's worth keeping in mind. I mean, I can't remember offhand if Lord Vader can beat Leia, but I'm pretty sure Leia does beat Lord Vader. Let's just do that. Maul, your turn. Yeah, I haven't tried it, but to be honest, I had the impression it wasn't worth trying, you know? Right, that should give Maul the bonus turn we want. Let's just pump Raver out. Let's just do that to get Grand out. Oh, Grand out. I didn't think we'd kill him. Let's just go for 5th. Looks like we've lost some banners here. 62, alright. Not as clean as I would have liked that, but still, 62 is a clean one-shot. You know, we haven't got drops or anything. Alright, let's go for the fun one. Alright, we've got crit damage, we've got 100% critical chance while attacking at a turn, we've got health. Let's hope it's enough. And I did check the speeds. If we can't outspeed this Ezra, something's gone wrong. Alright, so let's Linky Dink Jensen. Well, it's not Linky Dink, it's Doom. Doom rules all. Okay, so Great Mothers, you come in, dispel that. And you get the kill. That's a nice bit of blind. Let's just send that to Huyang for a minute. Then we'll Doom Sabine. Just basics for now. Doom again. Let's call and assist with Spirit. Lovely. Doom Ezra. Okay, not as much damage as I would like there. Blind, cool. Okay, we need to keep this a little bit quiet. Just get any of the good stuff off him, that'll do, that'll do. You do need specific mob targets for this. What I've got on mine, if I remember right, it's 343 speed on Great Mothers, 342 on Morgan, and I've got Morgan's Omicron as well. So essentially, Morgan will give Frenzy out and then use special. She'll gain turns. So the strategy is what you just saw. You target Jensen first, then I do Padawan Sabine, but I think Huyang's negotiable. Either way, you get Sabine, Huyang, Ezra, then Ahsoka. But you do need those speed targets and an accuracy arrow on Spirit. Yeah, feel free to shout out a song. Sadly, I can only change it on Twitch, but oh yeah. Let's bring it over here. Alright, it's up next. See if you can find a video on it to remodel alongside. Let me see if I can find that for you. I was, like I said, I was looking at it the other day myself, so I might be able to just pop it in the chat. Here we go. Yeah, it's Vex. And so by no means do I take any credit there. Vex is the Great Mother's, I won't say god, but I feel like I might be over-styling that a touch, but he definitely did a great job of explaining how it all works. Right, we're doing Queen here, aren't we? What Chron? Oh, we're going for Phoenix Chron, aren't we? The Heracron. It's definitely a good one to invest in, because as long as the dark side, as long as the light side haven't got a turn meter Chron, I start with, is it 15% turn meter? You can make it work. You just have to make sure you're faster than the opponent's Ezra. Oh, that is great. I mean, I do wish I got that opportunity to help people out. I mean, I know a couple of people in my shop, but there's no one like who does streams or anything like that. So even then, I haven't really got the biggest or most aggressive, if you like, a roster. So I can't really be a potent tester anyway. But I do like that idea that you can help someone out like that. All right, let's go. Think about it. I put that on play now. There we go. Sorry, I'd asked it to play. I'm like, why did you not play? Baby Yoda's in that shard as well. I know of Baby Yoda. I haven't actually interacted, but I know of him. Let's do this. Can you skip them for me, Ada? I say that because I've got no real control here at the moment. Apologies. Let's go over here. Yeah, I think it's a bit late. Right, let's just do that. No worries, Born. Nice to see you stop by, man. And say good luck. But if you've got your own to do, good luck as well. Okay, let's just keep hitting Rey. I feel like that's the best strategy when she's in ult. Just keep that inspired off her. I have moments where it pops in the head, I'll agree. Honestly, the best thing about streaming, it gives me a chance to stop dragging my feet with things like this. It's where I wish the raid was more publicly accepted, because I would love to just do raid runs on stream. Here we go. Let's go here on Cal, because he's annoying me. Okay, it's going to be an issue. Not liking this. Oof. Okay, she's ulting, so that's kind of good. Let's just hide POW. I'm wary of time here. Yeah, let's just do that. Okay, Handmaiden took the bulk, or the brunt of the damage. I really won't get Cal out because he's reducing my damage output. Come on. Oh, damn it, okay. I think we're still okay, but not ideal. Okay, Rey goes, the Handmaiden drops. Just do a basic. Alright, come on, we gotta get her out. Get him out, even. Alright, just die, you. Okay. Time's running out, but we've got a chance if we can just hang in. Let's just focus there. One's feeling tight. Oh, hang on, I forgot the Handmaiden. Damn. Okay, we're still okay. Still okay. Kill. Thank you. Kill. That's fine. That's fine. 65. Okay. Too close. Alright. Wall down. And I don't think we dropped many banners. Let me just see. It was 75, 62, 65, 65. Yeah, that was a good wall. Alright. I get where you're coming from with that. Let me reload this. It is where I feel like Queen for myself is reliable. I mean, you look there, I got 65 fairly comfortably. At least in terms of like the actual securing the banners. I think the biggest risk was the actual getting over the finish line. And that really came down to Cal. I mean, he's Rally 7. I'm surprised how well he did that. I want to just look at that Crom. What was it? Whenever Light Side ally is granted buff to another ally, that other ally recovers 3% health and protection. 150% defense. That was awkward as well. He had 105% armor pan. Arguably, I underestimated that raid comp a little bit in terms of stats, but we still got through, so I'm not feeling too beat up about it. Just, it could have been better. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that arguably is why Gas in that team is a little bit risky, because if Gas goes down with Queen, then I lose another option to take Ray out. Especially after using Seer. Right, this is the back wall. We've got Mace, we've got... who are these differences? Great Mothers. I forgot what they were called. And oddly enough, Gas. Okay, that's not too bad. The bulk, as you mentioned. Okay, I feel like you summoned that, Sam. I know you're the clone guy, but can you not summon teams for me, please? That's a bit awkward. Yeah, 300% defense, that would be nasty. I mean, in the context of what I had, that was purely down to the fact that I didn't really check the cron going in. I was like, you know, what could be so bad about it? But then you see it afterwards and you're like, okay, that explains it, because Cal was just being an annoying little so-and-so and not going down. So the only thing I could say there, if they'd put Barris in that team instead of Ray Jedi Training, that would have been very annoying. Like, I'm not even sure that I would have got through it, because Barris giving secondary heals could have been enough to slow me down entirely. Hey up, Kader, how you doing, man? Alright, let's I'll be honest, right, I could end up listening to the Black Eyed Peas by accident, as it were, so let's create a station. There we go. Right, let's bring this back up. So we've got Gas, Great Mothers, and Mace to deal with. So to me, this seems like a no-brainer to go for Seabane. They haven't got the... I can't remember the name. They haven't got the Temple Guard Omicron. So Bane should be okay here. Just go for something with health. Go for this one. Can we go Underman here? No battles found. Pardon me. Seriously, there was one battle in the entire of the game against this team. I feel like I've still got a filter on that I shouldn't have on. Is it that? Yeah. That opens it up. Alright, so this is what I want to include. I want to see if we can do anything with Slacker and Dre. Okay, what happens if we add hooks in? 10 battles, I think we give that a go. Just see if we can underman a little bit. Because I don't really want to waste Stormtrooper when it could probably cause more issues with Delta. So let's go for that. Oh, where's the fun in playing a game if you don't take unnecessary risks? Has this got turn meter? Getting turn meter, but that's something we can avoid them doing, I hope. For what it's worth, I do appreciate that call out. Because if I needed to be efficient, I wouldn't have done this. Or I hope I wouldn't. I'm trying to think what stats we want here. Would we go damage or potency? Maybe just go for that. Bit of an odd one. I suppose another option, by the way. I was going to do Sea Bane there. Swap them around. Just take Bane out of there. And maybe we just do Bane here. I mean, at this point, I could then throw Jabba at this. As much as I like Aphra, I'm thinking if I can maximise my banners, why don't we? Yeah, I think we give that a go. Alright, so let's go for the risky one. You know, something I do agree we don't need to do, but I am intrigued, can we do it? As bad as it sounds, I'd rather try this when we don't need to, we could take the hit, than needing to do it when we need the banners and not knowing if it'll work or not. Okay, so let's just go straight for the Great Mothers. Nice. Okay. I mean, we dropped one with hooks, but 66 isn't terrible. Alright, see? We start the battle with damage immunity. Granted, they can dispel it, but it's a good start just if Gas gets a good whack on us. That's not much of anything, that. We get health, defense, tenacity. I say Link, Gas, and Rax. Okay, we might have to relink because I think we're ticking down a little too quick there. I'm actually surprised we put out that much damage. Okay, for now, let's just do that. Right, takes a nap again. We're not linking. We are not linking. Right, link. I actually want 5s linked at this point. Alright, it goes down. Okay, protection back. Basic. Definitely felt better trying battles like this. Alright. Maybe we needed what? Just to play it safer. Okay, so clean, well, not clean up, but two shot. I know what I'd like to do. So let's do it. Right, light side. Right, we've got 2 options. Go for this one. Okay. Yeah, we go for this one. I mean, arguably I should have gone for this straight out of the gate in terms of I absolutely adore CLS, so getting a chance to use it would be fun, but it's hard to feel that way when you've got a solo on the cards. Let's blind, and let's call in harm. Can we do that? Okay, not how I meant that to work. Alright, down they go. Alright, not great banners, but 42 is down. Alright, let's see if we can pick it back up. We got Bane, we got Dooku. I feel like I need to be a bit more careful with Dooku because I'm stealthing and making Bane a little bit more vulnerable. Nearly did it again. Sometimes good that the enemy AI is a bit thick. Right, we're disrupted. Right, drain, please. That'll do. Getting queen today, nice one. I think she's still up there in terms of top tunes in the game. I haven't seen a tier list of any sort in a long time, but I'd be surprised if she isn't high up there. Okay, so that's a solid start. I mean, I was saying earlier, I haven't got anything for top amp except for Zetas and a bit of gear. Yeah, Dooku's surprisingly tanky here. I'm trying to let him die, and he's like, no, I'm just going to keep countering and hang in there. Okay. Alright, we got Jocasta out, that's fine. Alright, Duke's does down. Making headway. You stole Piet's triangle because you got fed up trying to get a new one. I think that's fair. Sometimes characters might have a good mod, and especially in Piet's case, it's not as necessary as it once was. Alright. You know, it's funny, right? Originally, I was going to do Anakin in this team, and I was going to do his DC, but I figure I might as well go 4-man and use Mace's DC. You can get a 66. Okay, so let's put this... Actually, no, let's do this for now. Pass that over to Kenobi. Oh, okay. Kind of glad that we had a few dodges. Right. Can we get rid of Papa Palps? Yep. Every all set, do you mean like for Queen? Little side note, but it's something I was thinking the other day. How is it that Queen came into the game and they didn't update Padme's face model? Normally that's the thing they do, you know, like if they're updating something anyway, they just go, go on, we'll put that in the old one. It feels a bit odd they never did that. Alright, nice 66. Two-tapping Executor isn't fun, I'll agree. We're talking very fine margins, though. I mean, the actor did age, what, 3 years during production? It's actually remarkable they decided to try and age her up 9 or 10 years in the film. It's like, okay. Okay, so that was a waste of whatever they were trying to do. Let's cool you down. Let's pass that to Nightloop. Put that there, and now let's try and focus on using the coin. We might need to do that a bit. Okay, so a little bit frustrating this. Let's pass that to Master Luke. Okay, they're trying to tell me to endure. I'm not sure I agree. Okay, that's good. Let's stun him. We're not going to use the special or the insta-kill. Yeah. Let's pass that there. Right, I do need to get to kicks. Yeah, kicks could get a revive here. Yep. Not the one I wanted to be dealing with. I was trying to decrease the damage output that was coming my way by a Ithano and couldn't get to kicks in time. Right. Let's do that. Let's cleanse. Okay. Right, you, cooldown increase. I don't want you doing a damn thing. Okay, you. Right, you can keep pointing your glass. Was that a special? Yeah. I know there's something in a kit that I was trying not to neglect, but I think I may have just taken too much time. Let me read it. If target enemy had lost all 5 stacks of profit given from Maz, death mark them. Yeah. So essentially, I took my time. Yeah, I was aware of the death mark, I just didn't know with 100% certainty why it was there, but yeah. Okay, so that was a bit of a bummer in terms of drop banners. Let's go for Hook Cartel. Let's just throw that. we've got GL, so they can't do any of the fancy stuff with Mark. Well, I'm thinking more Crosshair. Alright, I think we did stop Thatcher from stealthing then. Right, we have it contract. Let's cleanse. I don't know why I have this feeling there is an anti-cleanse thing in Bad Batch. I mean, it's interesting, that. Sometimes you just have to tip your hat and say, you know what? GG's for going in on something like that. Alright, safe to say, if Bush goes, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. I feel like at this point I do just need to full auto a little bit. Just trust the AI to speed this up a bit. Yeah, wow. Okay. That one stings a bit. Although, I'll be honest, I hope that T's watching because I'm more than happy for a reminder of this in the future. Right, we go for that. Right, I've done this the wrong way. Hang on a sec. Let's just do that. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to hit that again. Alright, that'll do. That was good information in general, though, the fact that I didn't realise Bad Batch were capable of taking down a weakened Jabba, shall we say. I mean, maybe they can take down a non-weakened Jabba. By the way, that's good information. I mean, I'd rather have not lost the battle, but if ever I'm just struggling for something, that is good to know. But yeah, new batch would have been so much easier. What team am I using for Dryax? I've been using New Republic. Carson, R5, Deb, Colonel Ward, and Drogon. I've heard some people doing Kara. There's definitely a logic to it. Let's just nick that. Hello, Leon. How you doing? Let's do that. Yeah, I mean, put it like this. I'm not glad I dropped, like I say, but I'm kind of intrigued by the drop because it does mean that in future maybe we got some information that could be helpful. Especially if Bad Batch ever have a favourable DC. You think 2 of your battles were bugged? I mean, that's unlucky. What were you using? Alright, I went overkill there, but that was kind of needed after some of the drops I've had. Hopefully I'm still alright for 1771. Oh wow, they've gone spicy. I mean, I was saying it the other day, I want more spice, and they delivered, so thank you, Kiba. Oh, they must have done their R10 recently. Yeah, let's just go with the safe stuff, I guess. Darth Revan leads Sith Empire with Malgus and Marauder with FDC against a Rave with no DC to speak of. Wow, I mean, to be fair, the Rave are level... Sorry, the Inquisitor level 6 with the Grand Inquisitor level 9, or to be honest, any of the level 9s, that is pretty nasty for a team just going and going and going. Yeah, I was going to say, it is fairly normal with that DC. They had no DC? Okay, that's kind of busted. I mean, Grand Inquisitor going first can give them turn meter, which can then set them off, but it's still a bit weird that they got that many turns. You'd probably been better using Malgus lead, though. Right, so they got my hangar. You know, this is where I do hope the training mode comes out soon enough, because it'd be nice to just be able to test things like that. You know? At least to showcase, you know, it's one thing someone's sort of saying, alright, this is something that works, but another thing being able to actually go, alright, let's have a look, let's see. Even if it's just checking against your own roster, it's something. You're checking mechanics versus anything else. Okay, basic. I vaguely remember Malgus being able to take down Inquisitors, but it is a while since I had to use that counter. Alright, 70... 70. Ugh. That's just a general reaction. Ugh. I mean, this is fairly straightforward. Alright, so we pulled that out of stealth. Would have liked an assist from Horn. Yeah, they're going to take a turn or two. One thing, we are immune to breach. What it's like outside of Carbon 1 in terms of if, like, it's a wider variance. Alright, Houndstooth can taunt. It can taunt all at once. But this should be a 76. I hope we got enough. It's worth pointing out, if you dropped at the start of the season, that is probably some squishiness going on. Worth keeping in mind, you know. Yeah, they essentially try and keep the... At the top of Card 1, they try and keep the amount of players in Card 1 small, but they'll squish people down the league. So you might be on the bottom end of that, where you were in Erodium 4, sorry, Card 4, but the squish nudged you down into Erodium 1. Just worth keeping in mind, you know, it might not have been your gameplay that sent you there, but maybe just the numbers shifting you down. Oof, okay, I don't like this. Yep, Razor Crest down. Alright, that should be a fair sentence. Oof, okay. Yeah, let's just get rid of this. Oof, 2 ships down. Not a fan of that. Alright, I am genuinely curious if I'm still in this. Yeah, 1805, we're fine. That felt like I'd messed up a few too many times going into that fleet wall, and not getting great banners in all 3, it did have me worried, because I'm like, you know, it doesn't take much to knock you down. So, yeah. Kiba, I will say, very interesting in terms of how we both got to our scores. I mean, I would be curious to know what you used against mine in certain situations. I mean, obviously, some things are probably boring ass, but, like, I obviously goofed around a bit here. I think if I'd been more efficient, I would have, you know, I wouldn't have gone for Jabba there. Actually, I'm telling a lie, I would have done Jabba there, but I'd have gone for a full squad. Whether that would have been the difference maker in terms of maybe Lando passing a turn to Jabba and cleansing faster, I don't know. But I think if I was being more efficient, I would have gone see what there. But I was being greedy wanting a 69 instead of a 68. Well, 67 most likely. So, yeah. I'm glad I won, but I feel like I could have done better there. A bit like T was saying when I opened up the back wall, I was, you know, taking risks where I really shouldn't. But yeah, I think we did at least get away with it. I mean, there was, what, 35 banners in it, so considering we dropped the same amount of battles, it does tell me they were inefficient when they were attacking. But then I wasn't exactly clean myself towards the end. So yeah. Anyway, we got 3-0. Quite nice to see. We're currently skill rating 3541, so I don't know what that'll do to my actual rating in terms of pushing me towards Kyber 1, but if it gets me in touching distance for next week, I'd appreciate it. But yeah. It's about been an 80-point squish of late. I mean, it's not small, that, is it? You've lost more than I've won. Round 2, not get that Ray Leeching of the Galactic Republic from. I mean, I said it last time to you, I think. Ray can just be annoying at the best of times. Even more so if there is a Kron that's got a weird interaction. One of those situations that I'd like to see what happened. You know, just to see if there was an interaction that maybe you wouldn't see when you're playing it, but maybe on a rewatch it's like, oh, so this happened, you know. SOP, Argentina versus Austria and France versus Iraq, and if it's still up at 1 AM, it's Norway versus Senegal. Well, I would still be up at that time. I do tend to be a late sleeper rather than an early sleeper, but maybe it's just me. I don't feel like any of those are kind of crying out to me, watch me. Maybe France, just because France are the favourites, but I don't ever have a desire to watch Argentina. Well, okay, not never, but very rarely. Norway are kind of interesting with Haaland and Odegaard, seeing how they get on, but again, it's like... ugh. Yeah, I'll try and watch the France one. I think that'll be just at the time where I've got, you know, I can maybe have it on my screen and just have it on the background. I mean, if we're talking about your phone, Liam, what I would say, I mean, I'm obviously, you know, I've got an iPhone. On here, we've just got a nice little button to press where you can just record your screen. I do that if ever I'm doing something I'm doubtful, like TW, for instance. You know, it's... I'm not saying you should do that for your GACs all the time. You play on PC. I mean, for that, I can quite comfortably recommend OBS. If you don't obviously need any of this baloney that I've got on my screen, but it allows you to record your screen. There's probably much less resource-intensive stuff as well, but yeah, generally, it's just something that you could probably pop in your background, hit record, and then if you are doing something like GAC and you're thinking, ooh, I'm not sure what's happening, you've just got a recording of it. Oh, I mean, I feel like I'm biased in a way, because I would easily lean towards the outsiders, the underdogs and all that kind of stuff, but Cape Verde, I feel like they have become my second team this tournament. I mean, I would be gutted for them if they don't go through. I mean, I think mathematically they will at least get third, but I could be wrong. But yeah, I'll be gutted if they don't go. At least get to the last 32. They've deserved it. That's what I'm after. I'm a little fed up of waiting. Can you tell? I saw a bit of Suarez, and I was like, yeah, I'm glad that Cape Verde have got the goal back just to shut him up. I still feel salty about some of the things Suarez did. If you had a dedicated GPU by AMD and NVIDIA, there maybe already be some screen recon software. I don't think I've got that. Just out of mild curiosity, that is, I'm thinking. Graphics card NVIDIA. Okay, so maybe I've got one. To be honest, this World Cup is the Goalkeeper Cup. I mean, I think sometimes it's nice to see, isn't it? A team just sort of have this mad run where it's like, where do you come from? I think I'm going to put these as my next projects because I feel like the Bounty Hunter squad's just gone up a little bit in relevance, and more so Forlorn, I think it's important getting him up and running. Have I got any Zetas I could apply to anyone? Like, is there anything worth doing? I don't see the point in doing Bane. Clone Wars Chewies is a bit of a meme. HK, I just don't see any value in now. Embo is lead, it's like, ugh. Braun, you never use his lead nowadays. Gavray, when do we use her? Except for a DC season. Gideon, I never use the lead. Veteran Smuggler Chewie. Jim, we never use the lead. Young Lando's, I mean, Kylo arguably is okay if we have to do a Kylo solo at any time, but how often do you do that nowadays? Nisa, I mean, I don't use the Ewoks enough to justify it. Arguably, I could do Brood Alpha. I mean, I don't use the Geo as much, but it would make sense to at least apply that. Yeah, I think that made some sense just in terms of future-proofing that. I mean, this is the lead, isn't it? We're not doing Krennic lead anytime soon. And I don't mind going for the unique here in terms of putting some debuffs on the field. I don't think there's much benefit to Scion. I mean, Scion's... maybe? Honestly, I've kind of had a bit of an overflow of them of late. You know, I might do that one just so that I can get the Omicron if ever I've got a bit of a surplus of Omicrons. But yeah, probably the only one I'm thinking is this. You know, if I were using with Remnants. Yeah, I mean, I've just burned a whole lot of Zetas, but I feel like they're the only ones I need. Everything else is kind of fluff. Yeah, I mean, do that 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. Oh no, it might have been 7. Yeah, 7. Quite a lot wasted, arguably, but it does mean I don't need to do them in the future. Zetas are mostly going towards Jar Jar once you get mods to unlock him. Honestly, Jar Jar, I took him to R9 thinking to myself, right, he will be useful. If he is still useful is another story entirely. I hope he will be good for me. It feels like every now and again the Gungans get a little bit of use, and it's like, hey, we've got Jar Jar, that's good. And then other times it's like... Right. What I want to do before I go... I want to take advantage of the fact I've got a few of you on here. So let me just go on here a second. As you can probably tell, I haven't got a lot of... What do I phrase it? I still haven't got a lot of my stuff for this sorted, so... Can I just find out... Signed up for something recently, and I'm essentially trying to work out how I use it. It said something about OBS. That's what's kind of in my mind. I'm thinking, am I imagining this or what? Here you go, see premium benefits. Okay, let me get this sorted. So, I'm going to just create a new scene here, so bear with me, folks. So, I am still here. And let's just go... Right, hello! Now, what I'm thinking... There's something here. Alright, and if I go add browser source. How do I do that? Let me delete that. At least for a minute. Let me put the screen on. Right, this is what I'm looking at. It's to do with my Marvel Snap stuff, but I'm looking at it mainly because it's like I've got people who can actually see if something's working. So essentially, watch live companion that mirrors your match in real time. Ready to drop into OBS as a stream overlay. I mean, is it talking about this? I mean, when I say talking about this, I mean, how do I don't know how I use this, like in terms of OBS. Unless it's like a window? Yeah, it does it. There we go. I can move that around here now. Okay, that makes more sense. It's a little bit peculiar because I'm not sure why I'd want to do this, because let me just minimize all this for a minute. I've got the one I want here, if you like. But say I open Snap up. It kind of loses purpose because I would then have, like, other overlays, you know what I mean? Like, I've got what you call it? I've got Untapped, or I've got Snap.fan overlays. But it feels like this one's kind of unneeded. AK, hello there, by the way. Doesn't Gungans take out Sep droids and non-GL Jedi? It definitely takes out Sep droids. Let me just go into a very quick battle. I just want to see how this works on here, because I've tried it on my phone, and on my phone it's kind of cool. But yeah, I'm looking at this. And I would assume it's replacing the one over here. Yeah, if I pop that there... it won't stay on top! Alright, hang on, let me just play some cards. I don't know what's going on with the chat, by the way, on my OBS. It's not reacting well. That's better from your side. So... I mean, it's kind of cool, this overlay. Just in the sense that it recognises that, you know, it's doing what an overlay normally does. Like, it says, all right, Forge was played, Vision's been played. Which is nothing fancy at the moment, you know, for anyone who doesn't play the game. This is just how a deck tracker would work. The thing that is catching my eye is the next bit. So... By the way, I know I haven't got my face cam on here, but I haven't put any of this overlay up. But you see that? Essentially, from this point, the deck tracker that I'm trying to work out, it showcases what it thinks is in the deck. So it sees that Forge, Vision, and Brood have been played, and it goes, right, the common deck that's used with these cards involves these 9 other cards. So it gives you an idea of what the next cards would be. You know, it doesn't say that it's there. It's nothing like crazy, but it is interesting in terms of, right, do you think it's going to do that, or do you think something else? So yeah, Sarah came out, which was on the predicted list. By the way, for anyone who doesn't play this game, this could be a very filthy final turn. I mean, I've got priority as well, which really adds to it. Have I got enough right? I don't know if I have. Oh, surely. Man, oh man, that was a massive overkill. Alright, let me just bring another screen on just so I can actually, you know, talk through this properly. Let's delete that. Alright, there we go. Just like a normal screen now. But yeah, I find that quite interesting, because then if I go back on here, and I think it's track? It might not be that even. Play, is it? My stats? Yeah, here we go. So, it actually has the record of the game, which is kind of cool. Right, this is the weird bit, that it does look like everything's dark here. But then you can sort of show what was going on each turn, so it's like a replay of the game. I mean, again, I just think that's pretty cool. But I don't know what the final purpose would that be. I mean, can I copy that into Discord? See, that doesn't do much, does it? In terms of like, it just... I was hoping for like a screenshot or something. Yeah, that's the deck code. Yeah, I feel like there's stuff to work out with this, but I'm kind of interested. I want to see if there's more to it. But yeah, anyone who just stuck around through that, thank you very much, because if anything, I was intrigued to see if there was anything that could be done on the OBS side, like with the overlay stuff. Alright. We got Twitch open, we're ready for a raid. I don't know who's on either platform, so let's see. Nooch is on. Let's go there. Alright, I've got to just say it because it's the big headline in terms of like the thank yous. Kit came in, gifted 25 subs. Hitman, you know, I'll always appreciate that, so thank you very much, man. We'll go into Nooch, and yeah, I'm going back Thursday now, so hopefully I'll see you then. If you're on YouTube, feel free to hop over to Nooch, and yeah, hopefully I'll see you Thursday. Let's get the raid launched, and yeah, bye for now, everyone.